Oh. I asked the question, what is love? And then I said I'm Jan 15 guy and that I've never really felt it. Not in the way people talk about. Not like the movies, not like songs, not even close. And honestly, when I hear people describe love, they say things like butterflies in your stomach. And I'm thinking, wait, that sounds painful. Like something stuck in your chest trying to escape. Or maybe it's just weird metaphors people use when they don't know how else to explain it. But I still want to understand. So I asked how it feels. And how I could maybe feel it too. Alright, so let me start with what I do know. Love isn't just one thing. There's different kinds of it, right? Like family love, friend love, pet love, self-love. And then there's that kind, the romantic kind. The one people write books about. The one that makes people cry and kiss in the rain and post endless selfies on Instagram. That one. I guess my first real exposure to love was watching my parents. Not because they were perfect, but because they were consistent. They argued sometimes. Not always loud, but serious enough for me to notice. But they also laughed together. Cooked dinner. Watched shows. Held hands while walking to the car. And I remember once my mom got sick. Not super bad, just a fever and cough, but my dad didn't go to work. He stayed home, made her tea, rubbed her back, and read to her from some old book she liked. And I thought, okay. That's love. Not fireworks. Just showing up. Again and again. But then I saw other versions of love. My sister, older than me, had her first boyfriend when I was around 12. She used to text him all the time. She smiled more. Laughed at things that weren't even funny. Got nervous before dates. I remember asking her, "Why are you acting so different?" And she said, "Because he makes me feel like I matter." And that confused me. Because didn't we already tell her she mattered? She broke up with him after 6 months. Said he stopped listening. Said she didn't feel important anymore. And she cried for days. Not over the person, she said, but over the idea of being loved. Of feeling seen. That's when I realized love might not be something you feel all the time. Maybe it's something you build. Like trust. Like friendship. Like something fragile that needs care. Then there's crushes. I think everyone gets them. Even if you don't feel romantic love, you can still feel admiration, right? That pull toward someone. Wanting to sit next to them. Trying to impress them without even knowing why. I had a friend once, just a friend. But every time she walked into the room, I'd get this weird heat in my chest. Like my heart skipped. I couldn't look directly at her without feeling awkward. I told myself it was just nerves. But maybe it was the closest I ever came to what people call a crush. And yes, butterflies. That's the phrase everyone uses. But butterflies aren't scary. They're delicate. Fluttery. Maybe a little unsettling at first, but beautiful. Maybe that's what people mean, that love doesn't hurt, but it does shake things up inside you. Like turning on a light in a dark room. Suddenly everything looks different. I've heard stories from people who've fallen in love. Some say it happened fast. Like lightning. Others say it grew slowly, like roots under soil. One guy said he didn't realize he loved his girlfriend until he missed her during a 3-day school trip. Not because he needed her, but because life felt quieter without her in it. Another girl told me she knew she loved someone when she stopped caring about whether they loved her back. That scared me a little. But also moved me. Because maybe that's what real love is. Giving without needing anything in return. I wonder if I'll ever feel that. If I'll ever meet someone who makes me forget time. Who makes me want to write poems or play guitar or stay up all night talking about nothing. I don't know if I'm broken because I haven't felt it yet. Sometimes I worry that I'm missing something everyone else gets. But then I think, maybe love isn't something you force. Maybe it finds you when you're not looking. Maybe it starts with loving yourself. I've tried to imagine falling in love. What it would be like. Would I feel nervous? Excited? Terrified? Would I recognize it when it happens? Maybe love is like music. You don't need to understand every note to feel the rhythm. Maybe it's not about knowing exactly what it is. It's about letting yourself experience it when it comes. And maybe I don't need to rush it. Maybe I'm meant to grow into love, not chase it. One day, I hope to wake up and realize I've been in love all along. Not with someone specific, but with life itself. With connection. With the idea that someone out there sees me, flaws and all, and still chooses to stay. Until then, I'll keep asking questions. Keep wondering. Keep believing that love exists. Not just in hearts and flowers and grand gestures, but in small moments. In kindness. In patience. In presence. And maybe, just maybe, that's enough for now.